Imagine you're standing in a crowded marketplace. Two sellers approach you. One says, "This phone has 12 gigabytes RAM, 256 gigabyte storage, and a 5,000 milliamp hour battery." The other says, "This phone can store every memory of your life. Your child's first smile, your first travel vlog, your dream business ideas, and it'll never run out of space." Which one are you buying from? That, my friend, is the power of storytelling in sales. Why stories sell more than facts? Our brains are wired for stories. For thousands of years, before numbers, before charts, people passed knowledge through stories. Neuroscience shows that when you hear facts, only the language center activates. But when you hear a story, multiple parts of the brain light up: emotions, memory, imagination. Example: Apple doesn't just say, "iPhone has X megapixels." They say, "So good it feels like Hollywood in your pocket." That's a story. The emotion versus logic battle. People don't buy logically, they justify logically. First they feel, then they rationalize. Think about luxury brands. A $5 watch and a $5,000 Rolex both tell time, but the Rolex tells a story of status, success, achievement. Example from real life: Nike. They don't say, "Our shoes have rubber soles." They say, "Just do it." That's a story of breaking limits. How to use storytelling in sales. 1. Make the customer the hero. In every great story, there's a hero, and the hero is not your product, it's the customer. For example, a gym trainer doesn't say, "I'll make you fit." He says, "Imagine walking into your reunion and everyone noticing how much younger you look." That's what this program gives you. 2. Add conflict and resolution. Every good story has a problem and a solution. For example, a skincare brand says, "Tired of breakouts before big events?" That was Sarah's story too, until she tried our formula. Today, her skin is glowing on her wedding day. 3. Paint the future. Sell the after picture. For example, Tesla doesn't say, "Electric car." They say, "You're not just driving a car, you're driving the future." Real-world case studies. Case 1, Airbnb. Airbnb didn't just say, "Cheap rooms online." They told the story of belonging anywhere. That story built a billion-dollar brand. Case 2, Dove's campaign. Instead of saying, "Moisturizes skin," Dove told stories about real beauty. Women across the world connected emotionally. Sales skyrocketed. Case 3, Steve Jobs' iPod launch. He didn't say 1 gigabyte of storage. He said 1,000 songs in your pocket. That's storytelling. That's why it went viral. How you can apply this today. Step 1, stop listing features, start showing outcomes. Step 2, collect real customer success stories and share them. Step 3, build a narrative from problem, struggle, solution to transformation. Step 4, always tie emotions with logic. Emotions make them buy, logic makes them feel smart about it.
Stories aren't just entertaining, they literally change the way your brain works. When you hear a fact, your brain processes it logically in one area. But when you hear a story, multiple areas light up: emotions, memory, sensory perception, even motor areas. You literally experience the story in your mind. Example: if someone says, "This coffee is 100% Arabica," your brain thinks, "Okay, good." But if they say, "Imagine sipping this coffee on a rainy morning, wrapped in a warm blanket, the aroma filling your kitchen," you recreate that scene. You feel it. You remember it. You're more likely to buy. Even better, stories trigger the release of oxytocin, the trust hormone. When customers feel trust and empathy, they're more likely to say yes. That's why brands that tell authentic stories build loyalty that facts alone can't achieve. Line to emphasize. Facts can inform. Stories can transform, influence, and create lasting connection. Great storytelling isn't just for presentations or face-to-face sales. It works everywhere: online, email, social media, ads, and even product descriptions. 1. Social media. Share customer journeys, behind-the-scenes stories, or challenges your brand overcame. People don't follow products, they follow narratives. 2. Email marketing. Instead of sending features, send mini-stories of success, transformation, or problem-solving. Emails with storytelling have higher open rates and conversions. 3. Websites and landing pages. Instead of a dry "about us," tell your origin story, your mission, and how you solve problems. Visitors remember stories far longer than bullets. 4. Advertising. Skip the list of specs. Show someone's life before and after using your product. That's emotional resonance, instant engagement. Example: a fitness brand doesn't just show a before and after picture. They tell Maria's 12-week journey, her struggles, victories, and what it felt like to regain confidence. Viewers relate, imagine themselves in Maria's shoes, and take action. Line to emphasize. Every channel is a stage. Your story is the script that makes people act, remember, and connect.
Here's the truth. In today's world, products are no longer unique. Features get copied, prices get matched. Technology spreads fast. So what sets brands and sellers apart? The story they tell. Think about Coca-Cola versus generic soda. One is sugar water. The other, a story of happiness, family, and celebrations. Or Apple versus dozens of phone makers. Many have similar specs, sometimes even better. But Apple sells identity, lifestyle, belonging. That's why people line up for hours before launch day. Your competitors can copy your features, but they can't copy your story. Because your story comes from your journey, your mission, your customers' experiences. That's your unfair advantage, the one thing no one else can replicate. In the battlefield of business, facts are weapons, but stories are the army that wins the war. Remember this: facts tell, but stories sell. Numbers may convince the brain, but stories capture the heart. And in sales, the heart signs before the pen does. So next time you pitch, don't just sell a product, sell a story. Because the best product in the world will lose to the best story in the world.